Hey, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time frame it is that you're watching. Um, Welcome to, let's see, I need a new name. I used to call it Tiny Kitchen, but I don't have that Tiny Kitchen anymore. Man, I love that kitchen. But anyway, we're going to resurrect this and see if we can get some more fans. Not so tiny kitchen, I don't know. I don't know what to call it. But here's the thing. I need something like all my recipes from moving from here on out are going to be low fat, healthy, because here's the deal. Uh, in the end of September, I ended up in the emergency room with gallstones and they wanted to take it out. But since I was out of state and no insurance, I said, no, I'm going home. When I came home, saw a surgeon, he wouldn't do it because I had no insurance. So this morning, I just got back from Dauphin County Public Assistance Office to try and get some benefits because I don't have any. And I pretty much can't get the surgery done to get my gallbladder out until I have some benefits because the surgeon won't do it without benefits. So if I have I have to go to the ER. Anyway, they can't refuse me. So let me wash my hands, get my apron on, and I'll tell you what we're going to do today. Yeah, I can't get benefits, and of course they sent me a letter denying me or asking for income proof, and I never got the letter because I moved a couple times with my mom and dad passing away this year and my marriage ending, and what else? Oh yeah, my job ended. Yeah, so 2025 was a year that, hold on, I feel like I'm bending over. That yeah, the last half of the year was pretty rough. But I'm starting 2026 with a new frame of mind. So, anyway, we're going to low fat tiny kitchen. I don't know. But anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to make Italian wedding soup. And we're going to make Italian wedding soup with ground turkey instead of hamburger. So let me get started. Whoops, I forgot my apron. All right. So, wash my hands, get the apron on. I'm going to make my little tiny meatballs. I should have probably took my sweatshirt off, but what am I doing? Okay. I'm going to put this ground turkey in this mixing bowl, and I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic. Wow, these are really big cloves of garlic, but hey, who doesn't like garlic? And I'm going to use my little handy dandy thing where I don't have to take the skin off, but I try to because it clogs it up sometimes. Okay, let me... Oh, I probably should put I might just use 1 clove. Here, I'll try and put my bowl where you can see. All right. Put my garlic in, move that around, and I'm going to put an egg in there. Hopefully not shells. Okay. And I'm going to put some onion in there. Whoops, hold on. I need a towel. Okay, I have an onion that I started to cut up the other day. Hopefully it's still good. Oh, it's not. All right, well, we'll use the dehydrated onion. I always have that just in case I don't have a good onion. So we're going to use, a pinch or 2 of the dehydrated onion. And since I don't like celery. I like the flavor of celery, but I don't like the texture. So I use celery seed. Otherwise, it calls for celery. But I don't like it. So, and I'm going to put some oregano. I just eyeball it. I don't even measure. I don't know. The recipe probably tells you like a quarter teaspoon or something. Oh, that smells good. And some fresh parsley. Okay. So, these magnet to my fridge. Let me just stick them back on the fridge. I did that once and didn't have the lid secured on it, and then I had like dehydrated onion all over the floor. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to stir this around a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is add breadcrumbs. And like I said, oh, there's a shell. Whoopsie. Well, maybe it was an onion. Looked like a shell, though. I didn't think I got any shells in there. Okay, then I'm going to add some breadcrumbs. I use the Progresso Italian style, which actually is pretty good for meatballs. I checked the label on everything ever since I got the gallstones. Fat. I had authentic fish and chips at Go Brit, which is delicious. But I am not a fast or a fried food eater, and I'm telling you what, I had a terrible gallbladder attack after I had fried fish and French fries. And man, it was good, but it was not worth all that pain. So ever since I read the labels, every single label, if the total fat content per serving is over 8 grams, I don't buy it. But I'll tell you what, the other day, Drake's Funny Bones are my absolute favorite. They're the little chocolate cakes with the peanut butter in the middle. And there was a 3-pack at the dollar store. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to have that. I was just throwing caution to the wind with, it's weird the way this mixture is because it's ground turkey instead of beef, so it's a little looser, I think. Anyway, so I threw caution to the wind. I bought the Funny Bones and I was going to eat them, and then I thought, oh, maybe I'll have a gallbladder attack. And I thought, oh, I had them sitting here for 2 days, and I thought, well, I should probably look at the fat content on that. So I'm going to make tiny little meatballs with these and put them on a paper plate here. Anyway, so I checked the fat content on it. Now, for the 3 little cakes, 27 grams of fat. Since September 30th is when I went to the emergency room in Delaware, and then I came home and I had some scare, and I went to the emergency room in Harrisburg, and oh yeah, let me tell you about that. Since then, I have been really watching what I eat, because fatty foods are bad for gallstones. So here's the deal. I'm a prayer, because I believe in Jesus. He is my Savior. He did save me 10 years ago when I didn't want to be here anymore. He took my old life away, gave me a new one. Anyway, we won't get into that. These smell good. Anyway, so I was not feeling very good one night when I went to bed, and I was panicked about having surgery and gallstones and the pain. So I had this little cross with 316 on, because if you know my testimony, you know that 316 is one of my many favorite verses. 2 Timothy, Ephesians, Colossians, a bunch of different 316 verses. Anyway, I'm sidetracking. Uh, what was I saying? So I took the cross and I went to bed with it, and I was praying, and I was like, God, I know that you are the miracle worker. You can take away this pain. You can unblock my bile duct with the stone, and you can make me healthy. I trust that you're a miracle worker. So I went to sleep. I woke up a couple hours later. I had sweated something out. Like, you know how when you have a fever and you sweat it out, you woke up soaking wet? Oh, I forgot to put salt and pepper in these. I'll add it when I put them in to cook. And so anyway, I'm not really rolling them. I'm just kind of sticking it. Yeah, woke up. I had sweated something out. And then the next day, I had a panic attack or something. And I ended up going to the emergency room because the people in Delaware had me so scared that I was going to die. So I went to the emergency room, and when they didn't do a CT, but they did an ultrasound, and she's like, I don't see anything in your bile duct that's blocking it. I said, well, that's what they said in Delaware, and I was panicked about dying. And so I went to bed last night. Well, I said to her, do you believe in God? And she didn't really answer me. And so I said, well, here's the deal. I went to bed last night and I was praying, and I'm pretty sure that God removed that gallstone that was stuck in my bile duct. So, and she just looked at me and didn't really say anything. And then she fist pumped me and then walked out of the room. She's like, it's probably what happened. I was like, okay. Why are people so afraid to talk about their love of Jesus? Brandon Lake is not. Okay, so I'm just rambling on as I make these little meatballs. Turkey balls, I mean. Turkeys don't have balls. I don't think. I don't know. I'm not a farmer. Probably inappropriate. Sorry. Okay. And then I'm going to start my pan and put some olive oil in it. I understand that olive oil is okay to use. Vegetable oil is okay to use in moderation. And I heard that coconut oil and avocado oil are okay. Let me wash my hands. So, I don't know. I haven't tried the avocado oil or the coconut oil. But this water spray. Oops, I dropped my towel. Well, I'm only cooking it for me. Okay, let me turn my burner on. I'm going to turn it on to medium. And I want to make sure. I'm using a Dutch oven. Is that what they call it? Dutch oven? Okay, so I'm going to put some olive oil in there. Let me just turn this a little bit. Just a little bit, enough to cover the bottom. And then I'm going to put my little turkey balls in there to cook. I'm going to put them in a little bit at a time. Let me just put this. Okay. And I'm going to salt and pepper them because I forgot to put it in while I was busy yammering, talking to you. I could always put them in when salt and pepper them when I put them in the. I don't want to use a lot of salt because I don't need all that. I was just trying to wait for my oil to get a little hot. All right, there goes that one. And there goes that one. I'm gonna throw this trash out while I'm... All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I only used that one clove because they were pretty big. I'm gonna peel some carrots. I don't know if I'm gonna make this video. I'm already 15 minutes. I don't want to go over like 25 or 30. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to peel. It says 1 carrot on the recipe, but I'm using 2 because why not? I'm trying to eat healthier, right? And then I bought reduced sodium chicken broth. Or you could use reduced sodium vegetable broth too. And then anisopep. That's what I call it. I don't know how you pronounce it. Anisopep? Pepe? I don't know. I need my knife. Alright. It's a shame that onion wasn't any good. It would have been good with real onion, but that's alright. Alright, so I'm going to cut my carrot up because that's going to go in the soup. I'm just going to cut it in little bite-sized pieces. I don't know what it says on the recipe. It might... Who knows? I guess I should check my turkey balls, huh? So anyway, let me go back to, what was I talking about? Okay, so I didn't have any blockage and they said they didn't need to do any surgery, so they sent me home. So I have been managing my gallstones by watching the fat intake. And let me tell you something. Hopefully that's all that's going on with me, because hopefully I'm not dying of cancer or something crazy like that. Because here's the thing. Since the end of September, I have lost, hold on. I think I'm burning things. I smell it. Let me find it. So I had turned it up to get my oil going and then almost burnt it. Good thing for the smeller, or I would have. So what was I saying? Yeah, hopefully it's the gallstones. Or, I mean, it's what I changed how I'm eating, because cutting out fat, I have not dieted, but I have cut out fat, and I have eaten healthy, like spinach and fruits and vegetables, and I don't eat junk anymore. I can't, well, okay, I lie. I had a nothing bundt cake, like 2 weeks in a row. I had one of those. They are yummy. Have you ever had them? Yeah. And I had some ice cream last week, but I gave up eating healthy, and of course I started to feel like crap again, so I had to get back on my diet. That's why I'm making this. But anyway, since the end of September, September 30th till now, which is January, what, 20th? I lost 20 pounds. I'm down to 130. I was 150, which is kind of cool. I don't feel so fat like through here, which is probably much more healthy for me. Anyway, so if you want to lose some weight, cut out the fat. Just say it. And it doesn't really matter if your meatballs crumble apart, because you know what? It's going to be in the soup. Here's what what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of these out so I can put the other plate in because I don't want to overcook these. I mean, I don't want to brown them too. Whoa. I got one getting away from me. All right, let me put the other ones in and brown them. Hopefully not burn them. So I cut up my carrots and let me throw some salt and pepper in there. All right, that's good. Let me get my spinach out. So I was at Dollar General. Dollar General. Who thought? Sell spinach. I guess it's like the GG market or something. I don't know. So I stopped in there today to get some ibuprofen. Of course, I have not taken ibuprofen since, I don't know, October. I used to eat it like candy because of costochondritis pain. But this was 50% off. So that's the whole reason why I'm making this, because I bought ground turkey the other day to make a turkey burger. And here's what I want to know. Why is it there's so many restaurants out there don't have turkey burgers on the menu? Like, not everybody wants to eat all that fat and the red burger with the cheese and the bacon. Like, come on. People who don't want to be in the ER with gallstone pain, they don't want that greasy old burger. They want something healthy. Can you give me a turkey burger on the menu? I don't know any restaurant that has a turkey burger. Put it in comments if you do, because I need to go there. And it needs to be good, not dried out. Maybe that's what it is. They can't get it done. Who knows? Browning up nice. So I'm going to open up my bag of spinach and I'm going to move my carrots out of the way. Where are we going to put them? On a paper plate. I still have paper plates from my mom. My mom had issues with her plumbing at her house and she was a big paper plate user. I mean, Costco or something. So I still have, 6 months later, I still have paper plates. So I'm just going to take out the spinach and kind of chop it up a little bit and get rid of some of the stems that are long. The other ones I'm just going to chop right into it. Okay, good. Chop this up a little bit coarsely, not like real small or anything, because it'll cook down. Spinach cooks down. And I'm just going to do the whole bag because I need to eat healthy, right? I don't know how to make a small amount of soup. I'm used to cooking for a whole family, but... So if you want some soup, I know my cousin Brian does, but he's in Colombia. The country of Colombia, not the town of Colombia. I need to get my passport and go visit him. Anywho, alright, just roughly chopping it up. Trying to get some of these stems out. So, has anyone had their gallbladder out, or better yet, have you not had it out and you've been managing it with your food intake? Please give me some pointers and tips, because I'm always interested to hear. Yeah, that was like worst pain. I'd rather have a baby than have a stone block something. Just like I had kidney stone one time. That was pretty bad pain too. Whew. All right. Okay. Let me... All right. My turkey balls are pretty much brown. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in so I don't burn them to the bottom of the pan. I'm going to put the whole thing in. It calls for 2 of these. And then I'm going to put the other turkey balls in with them. That way. They're all in there. Okay, so that's in there. I don't know. And then I'm going to put my carrots in. And they're just, I think, to give it some color. I probably should have cut them down a little smaller, but they'll cook down. And then I'm going to put the other chicken broth in. And like I said, I'm using reduced sodium. Well, at least one of them was. One is organic. It's interesting though. 0 grams of fat. Let's see, sodium, 580 milligrams in this one, which is organic. And sodium is 560 milligrams. Okay. See, labeling is so deceptive. It says reduced sodium. Like, are you kidding me? There's only 20 grams less. So this is 560 milligrams of sodium. And this is, what did I say? 580. 20. And this one, I don't think this is all that reduced. Doesn't seem reduced. You know, so you really have to pay attention because it's crazy. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to add our spinach that we chopped up slightly. And we're just going to let everything cook for a little bit. And then we're going to add our anisapep. And then there you have it. You know what I did forget? I didn't get it out of the fridge. I forgot Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese is pretty low in fat, I think. Let me, hold on a minute. Let me get this. Normally, I would buy the cheese and grate it because, I don't know if you know this or not, but again, reading labels. Sucralose, I think it is. Now, I'm not a guru on health food. But I'm just saying, when you start paying attention, you start learning things. It's interesting. Sucralose is actually like sawdust. Keeps your cheese from sticking together when it's shredded, when you buy shredded. So don't buy it shredded. Buy it and shred it yourself. Then you don't have that. So anyway, I don't use that green container of the Parmesan cheese. And my mom used to call it Parmesan. Anyway, yeah, that's disgusting. I mean, look at the preservatives and stuff in that. That's, yeah, because they don't even have it in the refrigerator. They put it on the shelves with the pasta sauce. Okay, so I bought this, which was refrigerated, and it says no cellulose powder, no sawdust. Thank you very much. And that way I can just use whatever I want. And it's grated Parmesan cheese, part skim milk, salt, and enzymes. So the total gram of fat on this is 1.5 milligrams, grams. And that is for 2 teaspoons. And that's pretty much what I'm going to put in here. I should have put it in the turkey balls, but I forgot. Man, I look like I have dark circles when I do that. Anyway, I'm getting to 30 minutes, so I need to shut down. But I'm going to just put some of this in here. Like 2 teaspoons. I've never seen this kind before. Normally I would just buy it and grate it, but I'm just cooking for myself lately, and it's hard to buy something small and then have it last. So I figured this jar would be better. Yeah, I don't know. Tastes all right. So I'm just going to let this cook now and add my Anisopep. I'm going to add about a half a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup, and we'll just let it cook on medium or so. Like number 3, I'm going to cook on. And then when I'm done, I'm going to scoop it out into my bowl, and I'm going to add maybe a little bit more Parmesan on the top. And I'm going to enjoy my soup. And hopefully I stay healthy and my gallstones don't cost me a trip to the ER, at least until I get some benefits. I'm hoping to hear from the state and see if I get them. Anyway, otherwise I might just move to Canada or something, because I need some health benefits. And I'm not 65. I gotta wait until I'm 65 to get Medicare, Medicaid, whatever it is, the one. All right, I'm just rambling now, so I will see you later. Thanks for joining. Low Fat Tiny Kitchen. Low Fat Not So Tiny Kitchen. Trixie's Bistro. I kind of like that. Maybe that's what I'll change the name to. All right. Ta-ta for now.